Recording.
For the first, that's what I said. Please, I agree with you before I start. Okay, please don't try to make any sound or make any noise.
I will mute myself.
Yes, I hope, please. Okay. Or if you mute your mic, or if you mute your mic, mute the mic, please. All of you, Muhammad Amr, mute the mic. When I ask a question, you can raise your hand and I ask you to answer. Okay. The first question that we have about the previous part. What is the genre of the story Hachiko? If you know the answer, raise your hand politely and I'll select the one who can answer with me. Yes, Abdullah, tell me.
It is historical fiction.
Historical fiction.
Yes.
Are you sure, Abdullah?
Mister, can you hear me?
Yes, good, my dear. What's the genre of the story Hachiko?
Historical fiction
Yes, can you explain it?
is realistic fiction that takes place in the past.
Yes, well done, Abdullah. Thanks so much, Abdullah. As we said, it's a historical fiction, stories that happen in the past. It's a combination of imagination and fact. Question number 2. What is the setting of the story Hachiko? What is the setting of the story Hachiko or Hachiko? Yes, for Hachiko, what is the setting? Yusuf Abdel Karim.
Their page number what?
This is a review, my dear. No page number, okay? This part that we had last time, okay? Yusuf Abdel Karim.
Mr.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yusuf.
Mr. This is a booklet? Yes, the setting of the
Wait, please, wait.
story.
Wait, maybe you forgot. These are the questions that I sent last time, okay?
Okay, Mr.
Yes.
Mr. Tell everyone this is not a page. Mr.
There's no page number, my dear. This is a review, okay? Yusuf Abdel Karim.
Yes, Mr.
Yes. What's the setting of the story Hachiko?
It's in Tokyo.
We said Tokyo, and the country is what?
And the country
Is Japan. Japan, yes?
yes. Yeah.
I make a for all of you to avoid disturbance during the session.
Okay.
Thanks so much, Yusuf. You can mute your mic.
You're welcome.
Who are the characters of the story? Mazen. Yes, Mazen, who are the characters of the story? You remember Mazen?
No.
No, why Mazen? No. Robin, who are the characters of the story? Robin Adil.
Yes,
Yes,
Can you hear me?
Yes, well, your cam, please. Tell me who are the characters of the story Hachiko.
The first one, Quintero, and Chico.
Hachiko, the dog, huh?
Yes.
What was the name of his owner?
It was
Dr. Ueno.
Yeah.
Yes, and who else? The boy's name. The boy's name.
I know it.
The Japanese boy. His name is what? Kentaro. You remember?
Yeah.
So can you say again?
Yes. Kentaro, Chico, and Dr.
Hachiko and Dr. Ueno. Okay.
Ueno.
Yes, as we said, Hachiko, Dr. Ueno, and Kentaro. Haydar Ali. Haydar Ali.
Yes, Mister.
Yes, my dear. Where did Kentaro's family move?
To Tokyo.
Yes, in the definite place. In a house.
What?
Near to where? I mean the definite place.
Near to Shibuya Station.
Yes, well done. Near to the Shibuya train station. As we said, to a little house in Tokyo near the Shibuya train station. Thanks so much, Henry. Question number 5. Where did Kentaro notice the dog? Yusuf Muhammad Sawi. I'll open the mic for Yusuf. Just wait. Where is Yusuf? Yusuf?
Yes, Mister.
Yes, my dear. Answer question number 5.
Near the station.
It is a question at first. Where did Kentaro notice the dog? The answer?
Where did Kentaro notice the dog?
Yes,
Near the station.
near the station entrance. Excellent, Yusuf. So thanks so much, my dear. Near the station entrance. That's all for the part that we had last time. Am I right? I open the mic for all of you. Am I right, my dear?
Yeah.
So today we
Yes,
are
Mister.
going, yes. So we are going to complete our study for the study of Hachiko.
Mr. What is Shahayo train station? What is this?
Shibuya.
Yeah.
It's a
What
name.
is-
It's a name.
uh,
Okay, it's the name of the station. Shibuya train station. Okay. Today we are going to complete listening and reading. I think that we didn't start reading till now, yes? So we can finish our explanation and listening. Then we are going to start reading one by one. Be ready to listen, please. I share the sound with you. And then I make mute for all of you to avoid any disturbance during the session. If you have any question, just raise your hand. But please, after the track finished, after we finish listening to the track, be ready to listen.
Don't be afraid, said Dr. Ueno kindly. This is Hachiko. He is big, but still a puppy. He walks me to the station every morning and waits for me to come home every afternoon.
So what was Hachiko doing every morning? Or what does Hachiko do every morning with his owner? With his owner. What does he do every day morning? I mean here Hachiko. You can raise your hand, please, and answer. Every day in the morning, from the same paragraph, what did Hachiko do, or what does Hachiko do every day's morning? What does Hachiko do every day's morning? Every day morning. Yes, who can answer? Yes, no one? You said what? Yes, I can select from the students who raise their hands. Okay, Mohi?
Yes, Mister.
Yes, my dear.
Hachiko walked to him.
Excellent. Hachiko? As we said, Hachiko as a character, so we said what here? He, not it. Yes? Yes,
Yes.
Mohi? Yes, my dear. Complete reading.
He walked
Yes.
to Ueno to the
Yes.
station every morning
Yes,
and
as we
wait for
can.
me afternoon.
Sorry, every afternoon, yes. So he walks him to the station every morning and waits for him to come home every afternoon. So highlight for these two lines, please. As you can see in front of you, he walks Dr. Ueno to the station every morning and waits for him to come home every afternoon. You will highlight for this line. That is that in front of you. He walks me to the station every morning and waits for me to come home every afternoon. Thanks so much, Muhyiddin. Let's complete listening.
I think Hachiko stores up all his joy all day long and then lets it out all at once. Hachiko stood wagging his tail next to Dr. Ueno. I reached to touch him, and he bounced forward and sniffed my face. I yelped and jumped back behind Mama. They all laughed. "Oh, Kentaro, don't worry. He just wants to get to know you," said Dr. Ueno. "Dogs can tell a lot about people just by smelling them. Why, Hachiko probably knows what you ate for lunch."
Yes, let's see together the meaning of some vocabularies that we have here on familiar word that we have in this paragraph. At first, we start by saying, "Don't be afraid." He was talking for Kentaro. Dr. Ueno said this for a sentence for Kentaro. This is Hachiko. He is big but still a puppy. He walks me to the station every morning and waits for me to come home every afternoon. I think Hachiko stores up all his joy, means save all his joy, all day long, and then lets it all out at once when he saw his owner. Hachiko stood wagging. Wagging, it means shaking or moving. You can write the meaning. Wagging means shaking or moving. Write the meaning, please. You can see the meaning, Yusuf Sawi and Muhammad Am. Can you see the meaning?
Yes, Mr. But
Yes.
yes.
Okay, right, please. Wagging means shaking or moving. Moving his tail next to Dr. Wayne. He said, I reached to touch him, and he pounced. Bounce, it means jumped forward. Bounce means jumped. Bounce, jumped. Have you written Muhammad on?
Yes.
I think all of you have written this one. Okay. And sniffed my face. The word sniffed means smelled. Sniffed, it means smelled.
I'm writing
Word.
smell.
Sniffed, it means smelled. I can write it for you. The word.
So you don't need to make comment. You can just press the text up and it will make a text.
Yeah, but I
Here
can't
forever.
try with it in this. I always use this way for writing my comments, okay? Or meaning. Sniffed, it means what, Muhammad?
Smell.
Smell, okay?
Yes.
It will be clear for you now. Sniff means smell.
I write smell L-L-E-D.
Smelled, yes, can be or smelled. Okay. I yelled. Yelled, it means bark it or cry. As you know, the sound of the dog can bark or cry. Okay. I yelled and jumped back behind Mama. This for Kentaro. Kentaro. For Kentaro, we can say cry, not bark. But for the dog, bark. Okay. You agree with me, grade 6? For the dog, if I use the word yelled with the dog, it would be, the meaning would be bark. But if I use it with people, it would be, the meaning would be cried. As is the one who's
Sir,
talking
is
here.
Dr. Amino a real character?
Dr. Ueno, yes, he was a real character. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Mr.
Sir, what
story
can
is
be done?
real. This entire story is real, right?
Yes, yes.
Everything.
Let me mute and let's complete explaining for this part, explanation for this part. They all laughed. Oh, Kentaro, don't worry. He just wants to get to know you, said Dr. Wayne. Dogs can tell a lot about people just by smelling them. As we told them that the dog tried to recognize on you. Why Hachiko probably knows that what you ate for lunch. As we said, Hachiko what said Hachiko sniffed my face, so he know what he had or what he ate. You are with me, Hamada? Yusuf?
Yes, Mr.
Yes.
Okay, let's complete listening for the next part. Is there anything that is not clear in this part? I'll open the mic for all of you and I'd like to listen for your answer. Do you have anything that's not clear?
No.
No? Okay, Mary.
No.
Yes,
Okay.
sir, no.
Okay, let's complete. Let's complete listening. What else about Hachiko?
I sniffed my hand, but it didn't smell like rice balls to me. I reached out and touched Hachiko gently on the shoulder. His fur is so thick and soft, I said, like a bear's. Dogs like Hachiko once hunted bears in the north, where it is very cold and snowy, said Dr. Ueno, kneeling down next to me and rubbing Hachiko's ears. From that day on, I went to the train station almost every afternoon. But I no longer went to see the trains. I went to see Hachiko. He was always there, waiting near the newspaper stand. I often saved a morsel from my lunch and hid it in one of my pockets.
So what's the meaning of the word Marcel? If you know the answer, raise your hand, please. What does it mean by the word Marcel? I can select the one who can answer. Okay. Yes, Amr Hassan. Marcel, what does it mean?
Mr. You unmute me.
Sorry, my mistake, Muhammad.
Okay, don't mute me. I'm not-
Okay, Amr Hassan.
Mr. A piece of, a small piece.
A small piece of what?
Of food.
Yes, a small piece of food. Is the meaning of what? Of Marcel.
Food. Mr. Do you hear me well?
Yes, what? Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks so much, Amr. So as you said, Marcel, it means a small piece of food or a small bit of. Abdullah Darim, as you can see, this page 149. Okay, Abdullah Darim is the one who asked about the page number. Yes, as we listen for this part, he said, I can show something that I highlight in this page. As we said, for the meaning of the word snap, it means smelt. He said, this Pentaro said, I snapped my hand, but it didn't smell like rice balls to me, as Hachiko sniffed the smell of the food. I reached out and touched Hachiko gently on the shoulder. Then Kentaro started to describe Hachiko by saying, his fur is so thick and soft. I said, like a bear's. Dogs like Hachiko once hunted bears in the north, where it is very cold and snowy, said Dr. Ueno. He started to talk about Hachiko, that he can hunt bears in the north. Meaning, The word knee, as we know, is the word knee. What does it mean, knee? It's the part above above your leg. This is in the middle of your leg. Knee. It's very simple. Okay. Knee, so it means this part that's supported. That said, Dr. Oweno, kneeling, it means supported by his knee or by his knees. Down next to me and rubbing Hachiko's ears. From that day on, I went to the train station.
Mr. Wait, I'm still writing kneeling.
Okay, my dear, sorry, I'm explaining. Kneeling means supported by his knee or by his knees. You can add S for the word knee.
I finished.
Okay. From that day on, I went to the train station almost every afternoon, but I no longer went to see the trains. I went to see Hachiko, who is talking here, as we said, Kentaro. He was always there. He's talking about Hachiko. Always there where? At the train station. Waiting near the newspaper stand. I often saved a morsel from my lunch. This Kentaro, he saved a piece of his food, a small piece of his food, of his lunch, and hid it in one of his pockets. Okay, this part is clear for all of you.
Yes, Mr.
Yeah, yes. The other students, is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And let's complete lesson for the next page. This page is this one. Page 150.
Hachiko would sniff me all over, wagging his tail, until he found a sticky bit of fish or soybean cake. Then he would nudge me with his nose as if to say,
What does it mean, the word nudge? If you know the answer, raise your hand. What does it mean, the word nudge? Anas, yes, sir?
Yes, Mister.
Yes,
Push
my dear.
gently.
Excellent. Push gently. Excellent, Anas. Thanks so much, my dear. Nudge, it means pushed gently. Okay, let's complete listening.
"Give me my prize." When it was cold, I would bury my face in the thick ruff of creamy fur around his neck. One day in May, I was waiting at the station with Hachiko.
What does it mean, the word rough? What does it mean, the word rough? Yes, Muhammadan.
The word rough. Rough. Mister, I don't remember it. I remember nudge only and other
You
stuff.
can't remember? Okay.
I only remember nudge and other stuff.
Okay,
I was
time.
using nudge.
Okay. Time.
Okay, Mr. Nudge is the hair
No, I said rough.
around the
Rough.
neck.
Time. Rough.
Rough. Okay, yeah. It is the hair around the neck of an animal.
Yes, we can see. We saw it before.
Oh,
It
yes,
means
I remember it now.
a thick fur or feathers around the neck animals or the bird's neck. Yes.
Yes,
Says
Mister,
the
I
animal's
remember it
neck
now.
or the bird's neck. Yes. Thanks so much, Tayyip. And we can complete listening now for the other part.
The moment I saw Papa, I knew something was wrong. He was alone, and he walked hunched over, staring sadly at the gray pavement under his feet. "What's the matter, Papa?" I asked him anxiously, standing with one hand on Hachiko's broad head. He sighed. "Kentaro, let's go home." Hachiko's bright brown eyes followed us as we walked away, but he stayed behind, waiting for Dr. Ueno.
In this part, we will know that Dr. Ueno died. Dr. Ueno died. So, Kentaro's papa or Kentaro's father was very sad. Why? Because he knows that Dr. Ueno died. I'll repeat this part by reading and explain any points that we have here. He said Hachiko, start by saying Hachiko would sniff me all over, wagging his tail, means as we said, raising or moving his tail, until he found a sticky bit of fish or soybean cake. Then he would nudge me with his nose as if to say, give me my prize. What was his prize? The morsel, okay? This was his prize. When it was cold, I would bury my face in the thick ruff of creamy fur around his neck. One day in May, I was waiting at the station with Hachiko. The moment I saw Baba, I knew something was wrong. What was he saying? He saw that Hachiko, as he said, he was alone, and he walked hunched over, staring sadly. Staring sadly, it means that uh, looking for a long time. It means the meaning of the word stare, to look for something for a long time. Sadly, at the gray pavement under his feet. What happened? He said, what's the matter, Papa? I asked him anxiously, standing with one hand on Hachiko's broad head. He sighed, Kentaro, let's go home. Hachiko's bright brown eyes followed us as we walked away, but he stayed behind, waiting for Dr. Ueno. Kentaro asked his father to wait for, he said that Hachiko stayed behind, waiting for whom? For Dr. Ueno. But what happened for Dr. Ueno and why was Kentaro's Baba sad? Let's listen. Let's listen to it.
When we got home, Papa told us that Dr. Ueno had died that morning at the university. I was stunned. But what will happen to Hachiko? I asked, blinking hard to keep the tears back. What will he do? I don't know, said Papa. Perhaps Dr. Ueno's relatives will take him in. What about tonight? I asked. Can we go see if he is all right? Papa was very sad and tired, but he walked with me back to the Shibuya station. Hachiko was curled up by the newspaper stand. He wagged his tail when he saw us. Papa and I gave him water in an old chipped bowl and some food. Hachiko ate and drank, but he kept looking up toward the station entrance for Dr. Ueno. Papa and I left even sadder than we had come. The next day I went back to check on Hachiko, but he was not there. Papa told me that Hachiko had been taken several miles away to live with some of Dr. Ueno's relatives. But I'll never see him again, I cried. Why can't he live with us?
Yes, as we know, for Kentaro asked his father and mother to take Hachiko to his house, but they refused. Why they refused? Because they can't afford them. They can't save food for the dog, like Hachiko. As we said, it was looked like the bear. So they can't afford for the dog enough food. We stopped at this part, okay? And let me reread for this part again to explain it. Yes, when we, as we said, when we got home, Papa told us that Dr. Ueno had died. So the question that we can write here, why was Kentaro's father sad? So you can answer, who can answer is me. Why was Kentaro's father sad? I can select Mu'min Muhammad. Mu'min? Yes, Mu'min, I ask you to unmute.
Yes, mister.
Yes, my dear. Why was Kentaro's father sad?
Because why what?
Why was Kentaro's father sad? What happened?
Because Hachiko will not want to come home without the father.
Mu'min, can you read this part, please?
Okay. When we got home, Papa told us The doctor
Ueno
had
died.
died
When?
that morning at the
Where?
university.
At the university. So my question here for you, why was Kentaro's father sad? Because what happened?
Because Dr.
Dr. Ueno, again, Dr. Ueno
Dr. Ueno had died.
died. Because Dr. Ueno had died. Yes, Mazen and Ahmed Musanna. Okay, just wait for me, I'll ask you, don't worry. Okay, write the meaning of the word stunned. Stunned means shocked. Stunned means shocked. As I said, when we got home, Baba told us that Dr. Ueno had died that morning at the university. I was stunned, it means I was shocked. Write the meaning of this word, please. But what will happen to Hachiko? I asked it, blinking hard to keep the tears back. He can't prevent his tears from dropping from his eyes. What will he do? He said, I don't know. Who said? His father. I don't know, said Baba. Perhaps Dr. Ueno's relatives will take him in. What about tonight? I asked it. Can we go see if he is all right? Baba was very sad and tired, but he walked with me back to the Shibuya station. Hachiko was curled up by the newspaper stand. What's the meaning of curled up here? Curled up here, as according to the context, it means annoyed. Hachiko was annoyed or moved, as this moved around, means that he was going around himself. In a simple way for the impression of Hachiko, so it can say it was, or he was annoyed. By the newspaper stand, he walked his tail. As we said, the meaning of the word walk means moved his tail when he saw us. Baba and I gave him water in an old chest. Old chest, the word chest means damage. Damage, the meaning of chest. A damage fall. And some food. Hachiko ate and drank, but he kept looking up toward the station entrance for Dr. Ueno. Baba and I left even sadder than we had come. What happened the next day? The next day I went back to check on Hachiko, but he was not there. Baba told me that Hachiko had been taken several miles away where to live with some of Dr. Ueno's relatives. But I never see him again. I cried. Why can't he live with us? So Kentaro suggested for his father to take the dog to his house, but his father and mother refused because they cannot afford the dog by giving it the food. So it was difficult for them to take Hachiko and live with them. Any question for this part, my dear students? Do you have any question?
No,
Okay.
Mister, can I go to bathroom?
Mister,
No.
I need to write word.
Wait.
Dr.
Yes, Ahmed?
Ueno died.
Yes. So we have only one question today. Why was Kentaro's father sad?
Because Dr.
Dr. Ueno died.
Yes, because Dr. Ueno died.
Mister, I didn't write word. I was still writing it. You go
We wrote it
first.
before Muhammad. Means
Mister, can I go to bathroom?
okay. Okay, you can go now.
Oh yes.
We wrote
Mr.
it before, yes, Muhammad?
Yes.
Your
Mr.
total,
Ritik.
Muhammad, your total number is 28, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Mister, we will have grammar or no?
No grammar today. Tomorrow, inshallah. Okay. For the word that should that be written the meaning?
Mister, the quiz will be
Yes.
about
Spelling.
Sorry?
the meaning of food?
Tomorrow.
yeah.
For the spelling, the vocabulary, synonym, and the antonyms. And I'll ask you about possessive nouns, singular and plural possessive nouns. Okay.
Mister, what is the meaning of food weeks?
This one, what?
Yeah.
We said it means what? Can choose the meaning, moved his tail. Okay.
Mister, the new words,
Your-
the new words like rough, nudge, like
This word is a highlighted vocabulary. Yes, we said they are very important and explain it when we start.
I mean,
our-
Mister, this will came in the exam.
in
will
the
came.
quiz. Yes, they will be in the quiz of tomorrow. So before we study for the quiz, let me revise with you this vocabulary. Okay, are you ready? To avoid any problem during the quiz.
Mister, do you hear me well?
Yes, Amr Hassan. Let me make minutes as we did before, because when I make it for all of you, I can work well without stress. Yes? Yes, Ahmed Musanna, am I right? I can work without stress, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks so much. The first word that we have is fixed. As we said, the meaning of this word held steady, and the synonym will be steady or stable. The antonym unfixed, movable, unstable. We have three words for the antonym. Take care. I wrote the synonym in this color, as you can see, the red one, and maybe this is a blue color. This would be the antonym for all, as we said. For fixed, the synonym steady or stable, and the antonym is unfixed, movable, or unstable. The second word that we have is furious. I can ask someone to read. Okay, you need to read by myself. So I can select where is Muhammad Hassan? Muhammad Hassan, please raise your hand. Muhammad Hassan. Muhammad Hassan, please raise your hand. Yes, I found Muhammad Hassan. Muhammad Hassan.
Yes.
Yes, Muhammad. Can you start reading the vocabulary, please?
Fix it.
Fix it.
Fix it. Heal the steady.
Held steady, not held. Held steady.
Heal the steady.
Yes. The synonym?
Steady and stable.
Or stable. Okay. The antonym?
Unfixed, movable, unstable.
Movable, unstable. Next one.
Furious.
Muhammad Hassan, can you turn on your cam, please?
Yes, teacher, I opened my cam.
Okay, raise your hand to be at the top of the video. Okay, I found you now. Okay, yes, Muhammad. Second one.
Furious.
Furious. Again. Furious. Yes. What does it mean?
Violent or uncontrolled.
Violent or uncontrolled. The synonym will be?
Violent. And the antonym, gentle or calm.
Antonym. Again, antonym.
Antonym.
Yes, gentle or?
Calm.
Calm. There is no L sound. You can say calm. Gentle or calm.
Calm.
Okay. Yes, number 3.
Morsel.
Morsel.
A small bit of food.
Yes. The synonym?
A small piece.
The antonym?
Whole.
All means the whole piece. Nudge
Push gently.
and the antonym.
Pull.
Yes, quietly.
In a manner that makes little or no noise.
Is the synonym.
Silent.
Silently.
Silent.
Silently.
Silent.
And the antonym.
Loudly.
Yes. The next one, rough.
Rough. A growth of fur or feather around
A
the neck
growth
of
of
an
fair or fair or feather or feathers, huh? Where around.
around the neck of an animal.
Yes, that's enough for you, Muhammad Hassan. Thanks so much, Mary.
Mister, why did you ask me to unmute?
Who?
Amazing. You asked me to unmute.
By mistake, never mind, sorry. By mistake, okay. Adnan.
Okay.
Is Adnan.
Yes,
Adnan.
mister.
Yes, can you complete with me? The word is stood. What the synonym?
What, mister?
Adnan. The word is stood. What is the synonym?
Bent forward.
Bent forward. And the antonym?
Antonym straight.
Straight. Can you turn on your cam, please? Yes, Adnan, where are you? Raise your hand to be at the top of the video. Adnan.
Yes, yeah, Mister.
Yes, okay, I can't see you, Adnan.
Amazing. You asked me to
No,
unmute
by
again.
mistake, by moving miss, no problem, okay. Adnan.
Yes, mister.
Yes, I said I asked from you to turn on your cam. Yes, community reading, huh? I can't see well, Adnan. Okay, number 8, can you read?
Number 8, vigil, the act or period of watching.
So the
Synonym
synonym?
of
Observance
and watch.
or watch.
Or watch.
Number 9.
Witness, someone who sees a crime or an accident and can describe what happened. What
So the synonym would be
synonym watcher
or
and
observer.
observer.
And the antonym?
Participant.
Participant means the one who participate in the crime, not as a witness, okay? Yes, number 10. Crow.
Crow, a large shiny black bird with a loud cry.
Yes. Niece.
The daughter of your brother or sister. Library, a room or a building where books may be read or borrowed.
Or country.
A state of nations. Secretary, a person employed to handle correspondence and routine.
Routine and routine work. Okay. For the quiz of tomorrow, we can ask you about the synonym and the antonym, as you can see for these words. But we can add also another question about the possessive nouns. For example, if I ask you what is the possessive noun, what the singular possessive noun form of the word library, it will be what? Who can answer? If I ask about the singular possessive form of the word library, who can answer? Raise your hand if you know the singular possessive. Yes, we can select Ahmed Musanna.
Mister, I mute my mic or?
Yes, yes, Agnes, thank you much. Ahmed Musanna.
Yeah.
What is the singular possessive noun of the word library?
Singular?
Singular possessive. So we'll add what? Apostrophe or apostrophe S?
Apostrophe S.
Excellent. This is what the singular possessive noun. What about the plural possessive noun of the word secretary? Thanks so much, Ahmed.
Yeah.
Someone else. What is the plural possessive noun of the word secretary? Yes, Wahi? Huh?
Yes, Mr. Ask the question again.
What is the plural possessive noun of the word secretary?
Secretary.
Secretary. So we can add what? After we can write the plural noun
can add-
of it, secretaries, and add what?
And then apostrophe.
Only, yes?
Yes.
Excellent, Mahi. Well done. So that's all will be for the quiz of tomorrow. You can ask in the same way. Yes, that's all. Okay.
Mr.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Library, it will be S.
For if we add it for singular possessive, but for plural, it will be like
S. No. I mean, not library. I'm confused. Secretary.
Yes.
It
What?
will be S.
if you mean what, the plural possessive or the singular
Yeah.
possessive? Plural
No, the
possessive.
plural.
So we need to change the Y to be on, yes?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
add ES. Then for possessive, we can add only apostrophe. Is it clear?
Okay.
Have you remembered?
Mr. Can I?
Yes.
And now let's start reading.
Yeah.
Yes, Mr. What?
You will send this in the group to study.
This page I already sent on the group. But I'll try to send again for the one who didn't see. No problem. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. And now we are going to start our reading one by one. So please lower your hand, all of you. Lower your hand. Okay? And the one who hears his name, raise your hand and start reading. Okay? If I call someone by his name, he will raise his hand and open the can, then he start to read. So let me move. I prefer to start from the beginning as we didn't start first. We didn't read, sorry, the first two pages. I mean page 146 and 147. Then we stop till page 151. So I call the name, and if you hear your name, raise your hand, then start reading. I can start with Abdullah Nagar. Raise your hand, Abdullah Nagar. Abdullah Nagar. I said Abdullah Nagar. Abdullah Nagar.
Yes, Mr.
Why are you late in answering, Abdullah?
No, Mr. I am opening the mic and you close the mic, so I can't open the mic.
I asked raise your hand, okay, to open the mic.
Okay.
So again, Abdullah, I ask you to open the mic, make unmute. Abdullah Nagar, okay? You can make unmute now?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Please, Abdullah, start reading.
When I was 6 years old, my family moved to a little house in Tokyo near
Yes.
the
Shibuya.
Shibuya train station.
Yes.
At first, the trains frightened me, but after a while,
After a while?
grew,
Yes.
after a while, I grew to enjoy their power and the
Furious.
furious noises.
Furious noises.
Furious noises they made
Thanks so
one
much,
day.
Abdullah Nagar. Yes, you know.
Welcome.
to give the chance for the other. And I think this one of the silly question. Page what? Page what? Page what? Why you ask this? All of this sentence. The one who asked what's your name? Omar Muhammad. What page? What Omar Muhammad? It's a silly question. You will see clear from you. For I said we start from the beginning. Page 146. Okay, we can select the second one who can complete reading. Ahmed Muhammad Meher.
Yes, sir, Master.
Raise your hand, please. For the one who raises his hand, don't lower it again. Please, Abdullah, tell me when I call your name, raise your hand. Please, Abdullah. To know who read and who didn't, please. Okay. Abdullah
Okay,
Nagar,
should I
raise your,
start?
yes, Abdullah Nagar, raise your hand because you have three. Yes, start Ahmed from one day.
One day, I begged Mama to take me to meet Papa as he came home on the afternoon train. She laughed and said, Kintaro, you have become big and brave, just like samurai. Together we walked to the station. It
Can
was
I see
spring.
you, Ahmed, please, Ahmed? You read well, Ahmed. Can I see you, please?
Yes.
Yes, turn on your cam. Okay, my dear. Start reading again from Monday, sorry.
One day, I begged Mama to take me to meet Papa as he came on the afternoon train. She laughed and said, Kintaro, you have become big and brave, just like samurai. Together you have become big and brave,
Take yes. No, you skipped the line.
just like samurai.
Take again. Sorry. She loved and said, Kintaro, you have become big
Together
and
we
brave.
have.
Yes, go on.
Together we walked to the station.
Yes.
It was spring, and the day was clear and cold. There were tiny carts all around the station, selling snacks, newspapers, and hundreds of other things to the crowd of people rushing by. Ladies
That's
in
enough for you. Thanks so much, Ahmed Muhammad Meher. Excellent, Ahmed, and thanks all for your reading. Thanks so much. We can select the third one. Please, the one who read that, raise your hand. Abdullah Nagar and Ahmed Meher, keep your hands up, please. I mean in the program, okay? Ahmed Musanna.
Yes, mister.
Yes, my dear, complete reading.
Okay. Together
Ladies,
we walk.
from here.
Ladies in kimonos walk carefully, trying to keep their white tabby socks away from the grime of the streets.
From the grime of the streets, huh?
Businessmen strode about, hurrying home or to catch another train. Mama and I stopped near the station entrance when I noticed the dog.
Excellent, thanks so much, Ahmed. Mute your mic and raise your hand, okay? You can select Anas Yasser. Anas Yasser. Anas.
Yes, mister.
Yes, my complete reading.
What, mister?
Complete reading, page 147, okay?
Okay, mister.
Yes.
He was sitting quietly all alone by a newspaper stand. He had thick, cream-colored fur, small, pointed ears, and a broad, bushy tail that covered up
That
over
curved,
his back.
that curved up.
Over his back. I wonder if the dog was a stray, but he was wearing a nice leather harness and looked healthy and strong. His brown
Thanks so
eyes
much.
were fixed
Thanks so much,
on the
Anas.
station entrance.
That's enough for you. Thanks so much, Mary. Okay, we can select Basil. Basil. I don't like to call the names for many times. Basil. Basil Ali. Basil Ali. Basil. Okay, Basil is absent today, I think. Batel Ali.
Yes, mister.
Yes, Batel. Basil. So the answer, okay. Batel, please, if you have, do you have a voice beside you, I think, no, noise beside you?
I will move the noise, but 1 minute, mister.
What?
1 minute. Now,
Turn on your cam, please, Basil.
there is a
Batel,
noise.
sorry. Batel. Turn on your cam.
Yes, mister.
Turn on your
Okay,
cam.
I will open. Okay.
You start reading.
From where?
From
Here.
where? You must pay attention, Batel, to know where we are. Start from his brown eyes. His brown eyes.
His brown eyes were fixed
Where?
on the
Where?
station. Were fixed on the station entrance. Just then, Pappy appeared. He was chatting with an older man. The dog bounded over to the man, his entry body wiggling.
Thanks, Batel, please, Batel. You need to practice more on reading, okay?
Welcome, mister.
Okay, please practice more on reading. Thanks so much, Batel. Okay,
You're welcome, mister.
Muhammad Amr.
Quivering with
No,
delight.
read from the beginning because his reading wasn't acceptable. Yes, his brown eyes were.
His brown eyes were fixed on the station entrance. Just then, Baba appeared. He was chatting with an older man. The dog bounded over to the man, his entire body wiggling and quivering with delight. His eyes shone and his mouth curled up into something.
Yes.
Curled up into something that looked to me just like a smile.
Thanks so much, Muhammad Amr. Yusuf Muhammad Sawi.
Yes.
Complete reading.
Sorry, you forgot to make Amr Hassan because he's in the.
No problem, I know. You are 30, so I select all and try to select all of you. Don't worry, I can't forget anyone. So please, the one who read again, raise your hand. The one who read, raise your hand. The other, please, your hands lower, please. Lower your hand.
Start to read.
Yes. Yes, Yusuf. Start, please, from.
Quintero.
Yes.
Quintero. You see, Dr. Vino, you are not the only one who has someone to welcome him, said Papa. He introduced us to the older man, Dr. Here works
Dr.
with
Ueno.
me.
Yusuf.
With me,
Dr. Ueno.
Dr. Ueno
Yes.
works with me at Tokyo Imperial University. What
yes.
is your dog's name? I asked timidly. The dog was beautiful, but his sharp face reminded me of a wolf's. I grabbed Mama's kimono and stepped behind her.
just in case.
Thanks so much, Yusuf. Sorry. That's enough for you. That's enough, my dear. You can mute your mic and keep your hands up, okay? Keep your hands up. So I can select for the next page. Ellie? Ellie?
Yes, Mr.
Yes, Ellie. The next page, can you start reading? Page 150.
Page 150. Okay, Mr.
Yes.
Don't
This is wrong. Just wait. Yes, Hachiko.
Hachiko would sniff me all over,
All over, okay?
all
Hachiko.
over,
Yes.
wagging his tail until he found a sticky bit of fish or soybean cake. He would
Nudge.
then he would nudge me with his nose as if to say, "Give me my prize." When it was cold, I would bury
bury my face
in the thick waff of
creamy thick, creamy
creamy
fair.
fur around his
His neck.
one day.
That's enough for you, Ellie. Thanks so much. Amr Hussein.
Mister, you forgot the page, yeah, Mister. 2 pages, sorry.
I skipped these pages.
Yeah, we are in page 148.
Yes, sorry, by mistake, I forgot this one. Don't be afraid. We didn't
no
read this one, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Okay, no problem. Yes, sir.
Don't be afraid.
Make me to make this problem. Okay. Yes, don't be afraid. Huh?
Don't be afraid, said Dr. kindly.
Kindly.
Said Dr. kindly. This is Hachiko. He's big, but still a puppy. He walks me to the station every morning and waits for me to come home every afternoon. I think Hachiko stores up all his joy all day long and then lets it all out at once. Hachiko stood wagging his tail next to Dr. Reinu. I reached to touch him, and he bounced forward and sniffed my face. I yelled and jumped back behind Mama. They all laughed. Oh, Kintaro, don't worry. Kintaro, don't worry. He just wants to get to know you, said Dr. Reino. Dogs can tell a lot about people just by smiling them. Why, Hachiko probably knows what you ate for lunch.
Thanks so much.
I will not make any noise. Don't make noise.
Hussein is the last warning, okay?
Okay.
You know, don't try to annoy anyone, says the classmate. Okay, all of you are my sons, so I don't like to differentiate between anyone. So please try to respect the other. Okay?
Okay, miss.
Yeah. The next page.
Sir, do you hear me well?
Yes, what? Yes.
Okay.
Page 149. Sorry, by mistake, we skipped a page. Okay.
No problem.
Okay. Header.
Yes, Mister.
Yes, start reading, please. Yes, 149. Can you turn on your cam, Header?
I can't.
Why? Do you have any problem?
Yes, I have.
Okay, I understood you. Okay. Start reading.
I sniffed my hand, but It didn't smell like rice balls to me. I reached out and touched the Hakishu
Touch it.
gently.
Hachiko gently. Huh?
Touched Hakishu
Hachiko.
gently.
Hachiko.
Hakish,
Hachiko.
Hachiko
Yes.
gently on the shoulders.
On the
shoulder.
shoulder. Huh?
His fur is
It's
so
fair.
thick.
It's fair.
His fur is so thick and soft. I
Yes.
said like a bear.
Yes.
Dogs like Hakishu once
Hachiko.
hunted.
Hachiko.
Hachiko once hunted bears in the
Hunted
north
bears in the north. Yes.
and in the north where it is very cold and snowy. Said
Snowy.
Dr.
Snowy.
Eno.
Heather. Snowy.
Snowy.
Snowy. Huh? Said
Said
doctor.
Dr. Eno.
Dr.
Kneeling.
Ueno. Dr. Ueno.
Dr. Oweno kneeling
No,
down
take care, Heather. If the letter K followed by the letter N, the K would be silent, so we can say kneeling.
Kneeling.
Yes? Huh?
kneeling down next to me and rubbing
Rubbing
Hakishu ears.
Hachiko's ears. Rubbing Hachiko's
Hakishu's ears from
Hachiko's. Okay, thanks so much, Heather. Thanks so much. Rubbing Hachiko's ears. Okay. Another one who can read, Muhammad Hassan, you have already start reading, okay? So Muhammad Tariq. Muhammad Tariq. The brother of Abdullah Tariq, yes, Muhammad. Turn on your cam, please. You have the same voice, Muhammad. No? Yes, Muhammad.
What?
You have the same voice of your brother. I don't know why. Okay, start reading. From that day. From that day, suppose that you pay attention with me, Muhammad, yes? So start from here, from that day on. Huh?
From that day on, I went to the train station almost every afternoon, but I no longer went to see the train. I went to see Hachiko. He was always there waiting near the newspaper stand. I often saved a morsel from my lunch and hid it in one of my pockets.
Yes, go on.
Hachiko
Page 150, sorry,
Hachiko.
Just wait. Yes, complete.
Hachiko was smelling all over, wagging his tail until he found a tasty bit of fish or soybean cake. Then he would nudge me with his nose as if to say, give me my prize when it was cold. I would bury my face in thick wrap of creamy fur and mount his neck.
That's enough. Thanks so much, Muhammad.
Mister, this is blood in the picture.
This no. This maybe the leaves of some trees in
Yeah,
the
like in the
season,
autumn.
the season of fall or autumn. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
You're right. So the one who didn't read, please, the students who read, raise your hand, please. The students who read, raise your hand to see the one who didn't read.
I'm raising my hand.
Yes, okay. Yes. I think Anastasia, you read, Heather, you read. So please, Batal, okay, raise your hand.
So let Muhammad Tariq raise his hand.
Yes, Muhammad Tariq. Raise your hand, Muhammad Tariq.
And Muhammad Hassan.
Muhammad Hassan, okay, please don't say, I know what was the one who read, please, okay?
Okay.
Abdullah Nagar, raise your hand. Abdullah Nagar is in another valley. Abdullah Nagar, please raise your hand by asking me. Yes, Anas Yasser, Adnan, please raise your hand. Now Abdullah Tamim turn to start reading. Abdullah Tamim.
Yes, mister.
Yes, complete reading.
Okay. One day in May, I was waiting at the station with Hachiko. The moment I saw Papa, I knew something was wrong. He was alone and he walked hunched over, staring sadly at the grey pavement
Yes.
under his feet. What's the matter, Papa? I asked him anxiously, standing with one hand on Hachiko's bored head. He
Broad
sighed.
head. He sighed.
He sighed, Kintaro, let's go home.
Gintaro, let's go home. Huh?
Hachiko's bright brown eyes followed us as we walked away, but he stayed behind waiting for Dr.
Ueno.
Ueno.
Thanks so much, Abdullah. Your reading has been improved. Thanks so much, Abdullah. So we need to ask another one to read. So 12 only who read with me? Adnan, you read? Yes, Adnan, raise your hand, please. Adnan, raise your hand. Basil, yes, raise your hand, please. As you read with me before, yes?
Okay.
Yes, raise your hand.
From where we start?
Don't you start. I said that you have read, yes?
Huh?
You read with me, yes?
When?
Have you read these pages with me? The text?
No.
Not more? You don't need to read anything? Adnan. I think that you have read. Yes, Adnan, or no? I think he has a problem in his mind.
No, Mr. I think, Mr. It was Haider.
Basil, no, it's Adnan. Basil. 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 Okay, I write in the global thickness because it's not acceptable to call someone and doesn't reply to me.
Mister, I am lagging.
Who is lagging?
Basil.
So when I said that I wrote in the group, you said that you are lagging?
Oh,
Basil.
No, mister.
No, mister, please,
Yes.
Basil.
Yes.
Please, Basil. Try to listen for what I said, okay? No need to make any problem for asking you to answer or read, and you don't reply to me. It's not acceptable. Okay?
Okay, but
Am I right or no?
Yes.
Yes, okay, start reading, please.
Okay. When we got home, Papa told us that Dr. Ueno had died.
I'd like to
That
see you,
morning-
Basil, please, to keep your face.
Okay.
So turn on your cam.
Okay, mister. I will open my app.
Yes, I hope. Okay, start. Now, when we got home,
When we got home, Papa told us that Dr. Ueno had died that morning at the university. I was stunned, but what will happen to Hachiko? I asked, blinking hard to keep the tears back. That what will he do? I don't know, said Papa. Perhaps Dr. Ueno's
relatives will
take him in.
will take him in. Thanks so much, Bess. And this is the last warning for you. Okay? Negi. Yes, Negi?
Yes, mister, okay.
Yes, my dear.
What
Completely.
about tonight? I asked, can we go see if he is all right? Papa was very sad and tired, but he walked with me back to the Shibuya station.
station.
Shibuya
Thanks so much,
Station.
Negi, because the time is very little. So let me ask Muhyiddin. Yes, Muhi.
Yes, Mr.
Yes, complete reading. Hachiko.
Hachiko was curled up by a newspaper stand.
Or is
He
a newspaper.
newspaper stand.
Yes.
He was sad when he saw us, Baba, and him water in an old cheap box and some food.
That's enough
Hachiko
for
ate.
you. That's enough, Muhi. Thanks so much.
Okay.
Robin. Robin.
Yes, Mr.
Hachiko ate.
Hachiko ate and then, but she kept looking up towards the station entrance for Dr. Ueno, Papa, and I left even then we had come. The next day, I went back to check on Hachiko, but he was not there. Papa
Thanks so
told
much, Robin. That's enough for you.
Welcome, Mr.
Omar Mahmoud. Case public came just wait. Omar Mahmoud. Omar Mahmoud. So I write in the group Omar or what?
Mister.
Yes, Mr. Huh?
Sorry, Mister, but my sound came late.
Okay, can you start now? Baba told me.
Baba told me that Hachiko has been taken several
Have been taken.
miles away to live with some of Dr.
Ways,
relative,
relatives.
but I will never see him again. I cried. Why can't he live with us?
live with us. Okay, thanks so much, Omar Mahmoud. And if it's the same issue like this, when I call you, please answer directly. Okay. And we have only one question today, as I told you, yes?
Yes.
Okay, let's answer this question before your teacher join.
Mr. The teacher time from 3 minutes or 2.
I know, Mr. Prime, yes. But we have only just several seconds, okay?
Take your time, sir.
So,
Mr. Will answer the question.
Khalid, for the students who read Khalid, Ahmed, Taha, and the other, we'll read tomorrow, inshallah. Yes, we'll answer this question and we'll stop at our
Is in the booklet?
No. So why was Kindar's father sad? All of you, can you answer?
Because
Dr.
Ueno died.
Yes, because Dr. Ueno died. That's all for our session.
The word
today.
Ueno is like the word, the
Yes, but when we listen for the narrator, she said what? Ueno. Yes, Ueno. Okay. That's for all for the questions of today. Only one question. Study them. Study beside the question that we had in our last session. Mr. Ibrahim, now I'll give you the whole. Thanks so much, Mr.